I have a confession to make. I harbor an unreasonable amount of resentment towards the creatures we share this planet with. Don't get me wrong, I do love and respect them, most of them, but I am jealous. Every single one of them appears to be much better suited for this environment than us humans. They appear to have it easy. Food is in abundance for them and easily obtained. Their hides appear to be custom made to survive the elements. Their shelter comes naturally to them if they even require it, and for the most part, they appear to live in balance and harmony with the planet we call home, something we struggle and fail to do. Not only that, but they get to do a lot of the things we wish we could. They fly and swim with ease. A simple squirrel can naturally accomplish physical feats that rivals our Olympic athletes. Some can grow back severed limbs, and every single one of them appears to be content with their place in the world. This is in stark contrast to the human experience. We humans have had to come up with extraordinary solutions to simply survive. For much of our history, it was a daily struggle just to eke out an existence on this pale blue dot. In this modern age, we seem locked in a battle with our own environment. We need its resources to continue, but it comes at a great cost and threatens our very survival. It's as if we don't really belong here, and I think there may be some truth to that. Now, before we continue, I want to thank everyone who has subscribed. I'm having a ton of fun putting these videos together, and I know you are a small crowd, but it wouldn't be near as fun without you. Thank you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Join the conversation. Moving on. I'm just going to come out and say it. We appear to be an alien species on a planet not suited for us. Despite our best efforts, there's still a ton of questions surrounding our development on this planet. There's all kinds of theories, but I'm going to focus on one today. We were genetically altered by an extraterrestrial species for a yet unknown reason. Our DNA is absurdly complex, and it is just in the past few decades that we've gained the ability to take a good look at it. What we are finding is making scholars across the planet shake their heads in disbelief. Our DNA is code. Not like code, it is code. So much so that scientists can literally store binary data on it and retrieve it like a hard drive. And not just a little bit of data either. Petabytes worth on a single strand of DNA. Remember, it goes bytes, kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, and then petabytes. Odds are the device you are using to view this video on only has gigabytes worth of storage space on it. A single petabyte is 10 to the 15 power bytes. Harvard scientists successfully stored 5.5 petabytes of data on a single strand of DNA. A single strand of DNA is unbelievably small, only about 2 nanometers across in size. We are talking quantum realm, really small. The only reason we haven't used DNA as a common storage device is because it takes too long to retrieve the data. But where our current hard drives deteriorate over time, data stored in DNA can last practically forever. It's an amazing long-term storage solution. Now, despite the differences between us and the myriad of other species we share this planet with, we still share a large part of our DNA with all of them. Every species of life on this planet appears to have DNA from one origin. That's a mind-blowing fact in and of itself. One of the more astounding things about our DNA is just how much of it we do share with the rest of the species on this planet. So there is some good evidence that we evolved here, but despite our similarities with other creatures, how did we stray so far away? Since our DNA is coded, then it is feasible that we can alter that code. We do it, unintentionally, all the time. Exposure to cell phone radiation, insecticides and fertilizers, plastic, and even stress is known to change our DNA. So is it so far-fetched to consider that a technologically advanced alien species could have the ability to do this? We mess with the DNA of other species all the time. Scientists at Stanford University invented a designer mouse that glows in the dark. Not because it improves the mouse, but, I suspect, because of 2 reasons. 1, we wanted to see if we could do it, and 2, it's actually pretty cool. So we've managed to change our DNA by accident, and change the DNA of other creatures on the planet intentionally. Is it so far-fetched to imagine that a species much more advanced than us could manipulate our DNA to get intentional outcomes? Of course, that's assuming extraterrestrial life has visited our planet. The answer to that question, as far as I can tell, is they most certainly have. People keep going on about the Fermi paradox, but it doesn't appear to be a paradox at all, because the answer to the question, where are all the aliens, can be answered with, right here on Earth. Well, a bunch of them. Apparently. So why would an alien species even bother manipulating the development of a primitive species? Why did we bother manipulating the DNA of a mouse? For science and discovery. But an advanced alien species must have higher goals than that, right? Surely making a mouse glow in the dark would be nothing more than a child's science fair project for them. Despite my resentment towards the other species on this planet, humans do have a few things that sets us apart in extraordinary ways. We have self-awareness and the ability to push forward through adversity. We can think logically when we try, and can develop incredible technologies. Look at what the human species has accomplished in just over 100 years. Perhaps this is one way an alien species develops their own new technology. They make us do it over time. After all, we are creating machine intelligences that we hope will spawn new technologies for us. The human species may very well be an incubator for ingenuity and technological progress, or perhaps we were manipulated to develop the ability to create art and music and to express an extremely rare idea and sentiment, love. If you don't think humans have technology that would be of interest to an alien species, I beg to differ. We are mere months away from developing a universal quantum computer, something that could outperform a traditional universe-sized computer. I suspect tech like that, however rudimentary, would be of great interest to any intelligent species. We could be to an alien species what artificial intelligence is to us. Let's develop it, push it along, and see what it comes up with. After all, the most wondrous of things have the habit of emerging from the simplest of things. Look at how dumb our artificial intelligence is today, but we recognize the incredible potential highly advanced AI has. Perhaps an alien species sees the same kind of potential in their project, the human species. Why does it seem so much harder for us to survive than the other species on this planet? Perhaps an alien species broke the code and realized that it's through adversity and struggle that progress is made and new and wonderful solutions to old problems are found. An alien species who is technologically advanced may have become stagnant, having made things too easy for themselves, and by throwing challenge after challenge in front of a clever species like us, it may show them new ways to approach the problems they face. We look to all manner of species on our own planet in order to gain inspiration to solve our problems. Ant colonies have taught us so much about cluster algorithms. Watching birds fly inspired us to take to the skies ourselves, and even bioluminescence and other species inspired us to create those mice I keep going on about. Perhaps the human species was manipulated to inspire them, to assist them in pushing forward in this inhospitable universe. Perhaps they need us more than we could ever imagine. Their survival may be contingent on us figuring out a way to survive ourselves. Thank you for listening. If you like my work, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. And remember, this ride is not without risk. Be careful out there, and take care.